Let's kick off our opening drive brought to you by Chevy. This is our first down.
I thought our guys were able to cut it loose. We simplified the game plans from what we've been doing in practice and just let them go out there and play. And I thought the fundamentals, the technique showed up. I thought our defense was tackling for the most part when they had opportunities. Offensively, we had some detail there in the passing game. Quarterbacks were fairly accurate with the football. But it'll be really good tape for us to look at, and it's a good start as we get going.
All right, preseason game 1 of 3 officially in the books. What's the number one thing you took away from the Bears' preseason opener against the Browns?
Efficiency. I think they have roster depth. I like the attitude. I like the aggression that they played with. They had pace. They had speed. I love the fact that Ben Johnson opened with 4 tight ends, made a statement with his...
Not even enough.
14 alignment. I know you would say that. You're tight end number 5. But I think overall, just the way that they approached this game with the serious manner, and I think they look like a team that you expected. Now, the guys at the back end of the roster we're talking about, we're going to fight about and talk about what impression they made. But I think the team speed at the wide receiver position, it really stood out. And linebackers, I thought that was also a group that I think got your attention.
Oh, absolutely. And I think the first thing I see right there is the penalties. I mean, 2 for 10, and that's the first preseason game. You got some backups playing. You obviously got some of the starters playing a little bit, but that's great. That shows the operations there. And then my overall takeaway is the floor of this unit has been raised. The Bears' floor is much higher. You got competitions. We're wondering who's going to be the third running back. The wide receiver room, there's 9 or 10 guys that can make a case to make this roster. You look at the interior defensive line, Jordan Vandenberg, Jordan Lynch, James Lynch, excuse me. You got a lot of guys there that can make a roster. You said the linebacker, so I think the floor of this unit has been raised. And come December, you're not playing with your week 1 starters. There's a bunch of guys that have to start playing late in the season, and the Bears have a deep roster this year.
My biggest takeaway for the two of you, just in case you were wondering, is that am I glad that we don't have to do a Browns show today? Because that's a really bad football team, and they have a quarterback problem. And to see the Bears come out there with their second, third, fourth team guys and be able to put on the performance they did against some of the Browns guys that are going to be out there week 1 was a really good positive sign for me as well.
I also love it when you have a first preseason game and you come away with one player who you kind of want to watch the rest of the preseason. 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃, for me, is that guy. A couple sacks, forced fumble. He got off the ball so quickly. That's a burst that you can't just simulate. And just because the Browns are bad, he's going to be a factor.
That's a good look. I want to see him get some reps to 1 in these joint practices and these preseason games coming up. He did an excellent job, like you said, the get off, the long arm, the moves, everything you want to see. And guys get better. Just because he was on the practice squad last year doesn't mean he can't be a playmaker for you this year.
Let's go to our second down of this opening drive. And boy, did we get some news this weekend as Ozzy Trapilo was activated off of PUP, and his fellow offensive lineman, Joe Thuney, who knows a thing or two about playing football for a very long time, had this to say about his teammate.
I know. Can you believe it? Yeah, it's awesome. Just credit to him, the staff here, trainers, weight staff, everybody. Just just want to see. It's great to see him back on the field. I'm not. Who knows? What the timetable will be, but just great to see him moving in football positions again, helmet on. He had another great year last year, and it's cool to see him out there.
Joe Thuney, the future Hall of Famer, talking about the guy that could be to his left at some point during this season, which is crazy to think about, guys, because we went from Ozzy Trapilo rupturing his patellar tendon back in January to thinking, okay, we're going to be lucky to see him if he is able to get out there at some point, maybe by the end of the following season. All of a sudden, he might put the pads on before week 1. How surprising is this turnaround?
It's very surprising. It's a positive development. I don't think that it puts him in the left tackle mix immediately. What it does is it buys him some time. You can see what he looks like at practice. If he gets to the end of training camp and you want to keep him on the 53, that still might be a little bit of a surprise. But if you don't, you can place him on injured reserve. Buy yourself 4 more weeks, and then maybe even a couple more after that as the practice window opens. Clay, what this does is it tells you you're more likely to see Ozzy Trapilo in 2026, which to me is a surprise in itself, but it doesn't mean you're going to see him necessarily week 1.
I think so. Obviously, for me, I think this says a lot about Ozzy. You don't accidentally rehab from a torn patellar tendon. You're showing up every day. It's like Groundhog Day, the movie with Bill Murray. I know you've seen it. and you're just doing the same thing over and over again. There's no crowd cheering you on. You're showing up. You're getting your work done. He attacked it. He recovered. Now, as an offensive tackle situations, I think you might have 4 or 5 chairs for 6 players. You've played musical chairs before. When the music stops and the music's stopping in a couple weeks, one of those guys is going to be left without a chair. Is it �cri𝗏𝗏𝗃? Is it 𝗩𝗏𝘅 𝗠𝐿? Is it both? Who has the best chance to make this roster? Last year, the Bears kept 5 tackles. The majority of the league keeps 4.
I still think that Braxton Jones is in the driver's seat here, and Wills and 𝗏𝗏𝗃 on Saturday. Look, I'm not an offensive line coach, but you know what a backup offensive lineman looks like, and I think they both look like backups on Saturday. Maybe Ozzy Trapilo gets in the mix, but as I said, this doesn't mean they're rushing him back. This means they're going to have options, and I don't think you can keep 5 tackles on a 53-man roster.
Yeah, 𝗵𝗏 is going to be your swing tackle, and you got a guy like him. It makes it harder for someone that's just pigeonholed into left tackle to even make this roster because he can do everything. Theo can do whatever you want. And then the other thing here is, I don't think they even played like backup tackles, David. �cri𝗏𝗏𝗃 played like he was an NFL football player. He's got to get better at pass protection.
Wow.
And he's got a couple of weeks here to prove he can do it. But last week, watching the All-22, that film, that wasn't an NFL caliber game for a left tackle.
Ozzy Trapilo coming back into the mix certainly makes things more difficult for guys who are battling for that roster spot like a �cri𝗏𝗏𝗃 or a 𝗩𝗏𝘅 𝗠𝐿 to make this team moving forward. So something we will be keeping our eye on for sure. Let's go to our third down of this opening drive. And if you're wondering if Caleb Williams might play in the preseason at all, here's what Press Taylor has to say about that.
I think in terms of him playing in a preseason game, I think that's kind of a case-by-case basis. Like, I don't think we're going to make any definitive statements today on what he's going to do in game 2 or game 3 because we want to see what the week entails. If we get some good work and we're confident, then maybe they won't play. If we, want to see a little bit more or change the situation or the dynamics, then we can reserve the right to make that decision when the time comes.
Clay, you played in a lot of preseason games in your career. How important is it for an offensive player, we can just separate it to that, in terms of just getting some reps, getting into your routine? Do you care about Caleb Williams playing in the preseason?
I'm going to sound like a dinosaur here, David, but I think it absolutely matters. There's a difference between going into a game, knowing you're playing, and even if you're just playing a quarter, some people say, what's a quarter going to do? It's the mentality, it's the mindset, it's making sure you're ready. There's a difference between practice, whatever situation, even joint practice, and going between the lines. When I played in New England, Tom Brady played 3 preseason games. When I played in New Orleans, Drew Brees played in the preseason. Matt Stafford played in the preseason. Michael Vick played in the preseason. You don't have a cupcake schedule early in the year. You got the Carolina Panthers, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm not saying I need to see Caleb Williams because he needs to prove to me that he's ready to go, that he's good. I need him to be at his best and not the preseason be the first game of the season. I want him to be ready. You got to hit the ground running.
I've evolved in this a lot because I used to feel exactly the same way. And now I see how much they're investing in these quarterbacks, and it's $250 million, Caleb Williams' next contract. And you look around the league and you see Joe Burrow taking quite a hit the other night, a couple of them in a meaningless game. You saw Jackson Dart get sent into next week with a hit that sent him into the injury tent, and it's just not worth it. Not when you have these structured, aggressive joint practices. And I think that serves a purpose for the quarterback-center exchange, especially the quarterback-receiver chemistry against live competition. And as you have that, those are the things that I think replace your preseason. So I'm fine with Caleb Williams not taking a snap until the Carolina Panthers in week 1. And I never thought I'd say that, but I don't think it would be devastating for the Bears if Caleb Williams suffered an injury in a game that meant nothing.
Obviously, health is a major concern for the entire roster right now. You know, guys are getting banged up. Obviously, Kobe Bryant being the big one. Kyle Monangai gets banged up in practice. But there's just a lot of reasons for concern, but also there's a lot of reasons that Tom Brady started himself out there for 20 years and said, I need a dress rehearsal. You
can rehearse a Broadway show for 6 weeks, 10 weeks. At some point, you got to open the curtain, you got to turn the light on, and you got to play. So for me, and watching these quarterbacks, a guy like Tom Brady that wanted those on-field reps, give me those on-field reps. I like to see a guy go out there and be ready for that first game, know exactly what to expect.
We got to get to our 4th down of this opening drive. After months of speculation, it appears the Bears are bringing in some help at pass rush after all, and that help is coming via defensive end Marcus Davenport. The 9-year NFL veteran comes to Chicago after spending the last 2 seasons with the Lions, but began his career with then Saints defensive coordinator Dennis Allen in New Orleans. What do we think about this pickup? Should the Bears really realistically expect a lot of help from him when it comes to getting to the quarterback.
I wish the big headline, if it was a defensive lineman on the street, was Von Miller signs with the Bears, not the Cowboys. He was available, but okay, Marcus Davenport, this is a depth piece. Dennis Allen believes maybe he can get something out of him. I'm not sure how much he's going to make an impact. I'm not sure he's going to make the team because they have a lot of depth at that position. They did show in week 1 against the Browns that they have some guys like Lynch, like your Vandenberg, some guys like Gallimore who are ready to be relied upon. I don't know where Davenport fits. Is he going to play outside? Is he going to play inside? A combination of both, like a 𝗙𝗃𝗀, who, by the way, credit to him for getting back on the field. But I think this is a guy who with a big name, but not a lot of big production lately.
I don't mind it. You don't have to marry this guy. You're just taking him out to dinner. You're getting a feel for him. I don't know if the contract details are out, but I'm sure they're not giving him a ton of guaranteed money. But here's the things that concerns me. Looking at his last 3 seasons, 2023, 4 of 17 games. 2024, 2 of 17 games. 2025, 8 of 17 games. He's played 14 of 51 games in the last 3 seasons. He's missed 75% of the games the last 3 years. So now all of a sudden you think this is going to change, and it's all been different injuries. So for me, that's something that's concerning. You're bringing in a really big injury risk.